Good morning. For today's session, I want it to be all about getting rid of stress in areas where we carry a lot of tension in our body. And one of the biggest areas that we don't even realize is tense is the hips. There's a muscle called the psoas, which runs from our spine over through to the hips at the front. It's like this big, thick kind of rope that runs from either side of our spine and down and attaches here. And whenever the pelvis is stressed, it can get really tense, but it can get stressed at any point, for any reason, for any time, but never is it more stressed than any other person other than mums, particularly going through pregnancy, postnatal. But as I say, it can happen to anyone, which is why this is so good for everybody to do. If you are pregnant, I'm going to get everyone to lie on the floor, but if you are pregnant, you might feel happier just putting some cushions behind you so you're in an inclined position. And I'd like everybody to lie on the floor in an open position with your arms open and just extend your legs, lengthening along the floor. If your head feels at all uncomfortable, because often we carry stress in the neck, then you can just put a very, very low cushion or a folded towel underneath your head, just to enable you to bring your chin in so that you're lying with your body nice and relaxed. You don't want to feel there's tension in any part of the area. Lie with your hands faced up so your arms are turned out, and go to your breath first of all. So take some nice big deep breaths for me, inhaling and exhaling. So we'll go back to that yogic style of breath where you're breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. So inhale for me and exhale. And again, inhale through the nose. Close the back of the throat, place that tongue on the roof of the mouth, keep the mouth closed, and exhale through the nose. Now, as you're breathing, start to become conscious of your rib cage expanding, breathing out and into the rib cage. Don't worry if your belly extends as well, that's all good. Allow the body to extend, to release as you lift up through the ribs, through the back and the front as you inhale. And then as you exhale, feel everything relaxing and dropping and releasing. And that's so important that your out breath, you use it as a point to release tension from your body. So breathe again for me, focus on that breath, take everything out of your mind and feel those lungs expand, feel the rib cage expand, see your lungs expanding in your rib cage. And then as you exhale, release and let go, the rib cage comes down. And now I want you to go to that area over the front of the hips, just where the pelvis and the hips are joined, and think of that muscle that runs over that hip. It's this big tense part of muscle, it's a tense part of your body, and I want you to think of it softening with your out breath. So breathe for me again, inhale, exhale, and relax. And as you relax, feel your pelvis sinking into the floor, and particularly that area over the hips. Let it drop and relax and sink and sink. And you may feel your pelvis dropping a little bit as you do that, taking your tailbone into the floor. If that causes any stress in your lower back, just bend your knees for me and have your feet flat on the floor. And you may feel that makes your back feel a little bit more comfortable. So you can just adjust yourself if you feel better doing that. That's absolutely fine. So take another big deep breath, inhale, exhale, and relax and focus on that area around your pelvis at the front of the pelvis, sinking and relaxing and dropping into the floor. You're allowing the pelvis to drop vertically down into the floor, the whole of the pelvic area, particularly focusing on that area across the pelvis. Think of that tendon that goes across the pelvis, gently softening and relaxing and releasing as you allow the tension to go from that area of your body. Do that for me again, and this time as you breathe, take your full attention now as you exhale to your pelvis, relaxing and dropping and feeling it sink into the floor, tension going away from your pelvis. I now want you to come up into a seated position. You can open your eyes and have a look at me now. And now we're going to actually take that tendon area into a stretch, making the most of the fact that you've spent some time relaxing and releasing it. So now's a good time to actually try to lengthen it. We're going to go onto our knees, so you might want to put a cushion underneath your knees. So I'm going to take it into a kneeling position. So we're going to have the left knee behind and the right knee in front, or vice versa. It really doesn't matter which way you go, so you can put that cushion behind. And notice that my leg is a little bit behind my pelvis, so the leg is going out at an angle. You may want to put your hands onto your abdomen. particularly if you're pregnant or for any reason, just to feel some strength and support from your hands. We're going to use the core again though, going back to previous sessions. We're going to use that pelvic floor to help us stabilize and support the spine. You may feel you want to put one hand onto the front and one hand into the back. Take a nice big deep breath for me, inhale, and as you exhale, just think of sliding your hand at the back down and your hand at the front up, and as you do that, just gently drop the tailbone and engage the pelvic floor, lifting up from the back of the pelvic floor and into your belly. So that's that. Stop from the back passage, stop from the front passage and into your tummy, and then do that for me again. Inhale, exhale, and then lift up through from the back to the front, and then just allow your body to come forward a little bit, making sure that you're engaging the pelvic floor and lifting into your belly. If you'd like to advance this, feel free to take your hands up and drop forwards. Again, engaging the core. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, lift up through from the back of the pelvic floor and into your belly, feeling that strength through your abdomen, supporting your spine as you allow the hips to sink and drop forward. Do that for me one more time. Breathe and relax. Lifting through the core muscles, but allowing everything else to relax. Allow the shoulders to relax, and think about your head position. Look straight out in front. And then we're going to change legs. So add a leg behind. Remember your support to begin with, and then just engage the core muscles. Have the leg behind the hips, and then just drop forwards, but engaging up through the pelvic floor and into the belly, and breathing. Just subtly lifting those core muscles as you breathe, and again. And then if you wish to advance it, take the hands up. Only do the hands up position if it feels good to you. It does allow you to open the chest, to reach and extend and lengthen through the upper body as well, and to just feel strong. It's a lovely strong pose to be in. So again, breathe. But remember, you can always put your hands back down for support if you feel you need it. Take 2 more big breaths in this position. And 1 more breath. And then release. And just to finish, we're going to drop back into extended position with the arms, with the tailbone lifted, and this will totally release the hips and allow your core muscles to relax as well. So just pull back, release and relax, and breathe again. But this time, relaxing your core, allowing your body to sink into the floor. And again, 1 more breath. And release.